everyone, my name's Nico and this is Heuristique. I'm one of the readers on the channel. So I'm going to be doing your daily tarot reading for today. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm a little bit more tired and lower energy. I've had a huge rib problem for the past month and it's just really taken its toll on me this week. So it doesn't matter, life goes on, it's not going to stop the readings. So let's just see what we can get for you guys today. This is general, so it may not resonate. You'll know if it does. These are timeless, and yeah, I just hope there's something for everyone watching. So let's just get started. Let's see what wants to come out. Ooh. Okay. That's weird. That's weird. Okay, so I had originally filmed this like a minute ago and I just felt like something was off. I couldn't explain it, but I had to redo the video. And two of the exact same cards came out in a pair again. So there's no doubt in my mind that these two want to come out clearly. And what I was saying in the video that I ended up deleting is the bear and the black egg. The interesting thing is they kind of stand at two opposite spectrums in a weird way. As you can see, this deck has 5 different elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So this is actually one of the first cards in the earth group, which means it talks about the beginning of a journey, you know, spiritual awakening, waking up from slumber, the first few movements being a little bit difficult, like waking up from a nap, right? And the black egg talks about a hidden truth deep within, right? Normally associated with the throat chakra and having to speak your truth. So with that being said, I do feel like it's so strange. It's like a loop. You're ending a cycle, but as a cycle ends, another one simultaneously begins, and it's like a connected cycle, if that makes sense. Think of it as an infinity sign. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now, like an 8, and you're meeting right at the center point. So something about this, it's like something ends and immediately something new starts. I think that there's a lot of, it is going to take a lot of effort to make the switch though. It does talk about, you know, this transition from the old to the new. It's not going to be like the smoothest transition, but I think a vital part of it is speaking your truth no matter what. You might have been in reclusion for a while, you know, with the bear card. I'm just getting inside the cave, right? This card even sort of looks like a cave with the egg and just the way it's sort of seated in the middle and with all the darkness around it, but then the light shining. I do see this as like, even though the egg is darker in color, it is sort of like eluding that light. It is giving off light. So something about that, like there's a really big truth that needs to be spoken that's taken a while, and it is going to take you from one stage of your life to the next, or from one cycle to the next. So this could be career, you know, love, family, it could be a bunch of things. But bottom line, something needs to be spoken up, some type of truth needs to come out. And it's interesting because you have the tarantula card, which is at a crossroads. And it's almost like the heat's been put on, right? Like that's what I'm hearing. It's like, I'm just seeing someone with a flamethrower just trying to really scorch the situation. So it almost seems like there is a time limit, you know, there might be other people competing, I don't know, for the new cycle or whatever this is, the job you want. It just seems like there is competition around. There's competition. If it's not competition, there's definitely pressure. Pressure for you to make a decision, pressure for you to speak up. There is definitely external influences, I want to say. Let's see if we can get a few more cards. This is so weird. Normally I just get it between 2 people, but this whole reading has been you so far. Okay. On the other side, I can't tell if this is a person or a thing yet. It could be both, honestly. My readings are pretty elastic in that sense. But you have frog and crocodile, both on the water side. So what I think has happened almost is there's been a situation that I don't want to say you've been prolonging, but you weren't able to make a decision until now, is what I'm hearing. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't have enough evidence, you didn't have enough, you didn't really made up your mind, you hadn't thought about it enough. You just didn't, there was just something that like could not be made, right? Like a decision that was not made. And you've just been prolonging it. You've sort of, not prolonging, see, I don't want to say that. It's just, no, there's a little bit of prolonging with it, right? Because like, why would the bear go into the cave? It needs to hibernate, right? It needs to think about it. It needs to rest, recuperate. It's just not time yet, right? Bears go in for hibernation for a reason. But now it's time, right? You're coming out of the cave and you're like, oh, okay, so this is what's been going on while I've been like introspecting almost, is what I'm feeling. Like, you've taken your time out almost on this situation. And now that you're coming back to it, you're sort of seeing everything that's been happening, right? Maybe that's where this tarantula is coming in. All of a sudden it's like, I didn't know there was competition around this job, this house, this person, this award, like whatever it is. Like, you didn't realize there was so much competition. It's almost like, you took this sort of step back. You took this, hibernation because you thought it was yours. But now you're kind of seeing like there's a lot of hands in the cookie jar, if you will. That's kind of what's coming out. Or hands in the honey pot. But it's almost like, now that you're waking up, you're literally going from 0 to 100 is what I'm hearing, because earth to ether, it's like, that is very much so manifesting energy. That's very much as above, so below, right? Like channeling that sort of higher power to make, your internal reality match your external one. It's like speaking your truth, knowing your truth. And that's the thing about these cards. This person knows their truth. You know your truth. You know what's right, you know what's wrong, you know exactly what to say in this situation, right? I want to say you almost have like the gift of gab too. Like, you are able to talk your way into whatever situation you want, almost, is what I'm feeling. You might be an air sign with a little bit of earth. I don't know. We're not going to just make it exclusive to signs, but yeah, it seems like you have a way with words. You have a way of speaking your truth in a way that's very authentic, and people can tell that. And I think the reason you're at a crossroad is even you're unsure of your own truth, right? And if it's not that, it's like you're unsure of, I'm hearing how it's going to be perceived, which is, I think that's a first for you. I don't think you normally care. It's just the vibe I'm getting. It's very like, you don't normally care how your word is perceived, but it's very, it just feels very air sign energy. I know we don't have any air coming out, but it's just, and fire a little bit. It's just that kind of like, F it, like, I don't care what these people think, like, I'm gonna speak my mind. But in this case, it's like you took the time to really think about it before coming forward. You know what I mean? This wasn't something that you just spat out. This is something that you've been thinking about. This is something you've been cultivating. This is like deep thought has gone into this. And not just like thought, but like physical rest, physical soul, mind, body, spirit kind of thing, where it's like you've really put your all into just thinking about it and just resting with it, going within, kind of trying to find the answers for yourself is what I'm hearing, which is all about this card. This card is all about finding the truth from within. So I almost want to say good job, like pat on the back, but now I think you're realizing like it's time to wake up is what like I'm hearing. I almost want to like, the universe is like snapping you awake, being like, we need you to make a decision. We need you to speak up. Like, and if it's not the universe, someone could very literally be like demanding answers. Like, I need to know, you need to tell me. If it's a deadline, it's like, you need to submit this by then. You need like, there's like a fixed sort of, they might be a fixed sign, but there's like, not an ultimatum, but there's some sort of like fixed element of it where there's not as much flexibility as you would like perhaps. But here's the thing or person or whatever this is on the other side, once you speak your truth, once you get it out, this is their response to it. For some of you, like, this really is romantic just because, like, we're dealing with water here. Crocodile and frog, like, the crocodile is one of those cards that just speaks of immense patience. Like, this guy knows how to wait, or this girl, like, mouth shut, not saying anything. I almost wonder if that's the person, place, opportunity thing you've been dealing with. You know, this could be past where like you just applied for something, you're wondering how it's gonna go, how they're perceiving it. You know, you might not be getting any news back from the job or anything, but with this card, what it tells me is like your resume, your word, your whatever, your truth, let's just call it that, your truth or whatever, is having such an impact on whatever you just said or are going to say. You know, take it as it is. This might still have to happen. My readings last a week, by the way. I should probably get that out there. So with the frog card combined with the crocodile, it's like they've been waiting, you know, for this kind of person to apply, for you to speak up, to meet a person like you know. This could be like telling your crush you like them, or finally, like, for some of you, like, I say like so much. For some of you, I really do feel this is completely just laying your heart out on the line. That's very much what it feels like with the frog card. You can just see it's like a torrential downpour of emotion. And it just feels like an entire wave is washing over me. A wave of, it feels nice. Like, it's almost like my heart is glowing. It's like really, really, it's beautiful. It's whole, it's complete, it's filled, you know? Very Ace of Cuppy, which is kind of weird to say. There is something about this, though, that this person or opportunity has had its eye on you, you know? You're not alone in this. You're not the only one who, it's not one-sided, is what I'm trying to say. If you feel like you're really going out on a limb here and you're like, well, why would I even want to speak my truth? Like, who would want to hear it? Like, other people want to hear it. There's a receiving end to what you're giving, right? It's almost like put it out there and trust that it will be sent back. You know, that's the vibe that's being picked up right now. It's like, you need to speak your truth, but trust that it's going to be received well. It's going to be perceived and received as you want, or at least to the best of, you know, the universal capability. And it does feel like there is going to be this nice reciprocity, I want to say, of giving and taking of whatever this is. So I think that's it for the week, guys, or for today, the daily. The dailies last a week. Anyway, doesn't matter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.